This is the Berman Method podcast featuring Dr. Jake Berman and physician assistant Jenni Berman. We are here to treat problems and not symptoms. Disclaimer, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and not to treat anyone or to give medical advice. If you are interested in any information that we are giving and would like to use this for yourself, we recommend that you contact your primary care physician or reach out to us and ask us questions about yourself specifically. Enjoy!
And we're back, the Berman Method podcast, where we are focused on treating problems and not symptoms. David against Goliath. We are David. The corporate medical system is Goliath, and we are set out to take it down. Dun, 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 dun.
I wish everybody could see your face during that whole intro. Next time I'm going to have to video it.
Do you want me to do it again?
Just make the face.
Dun, 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 dun.
Perfect.
Did
All
you
right.
get a good picture of that?
I'm Jenni Berman, physician assistant.
Dr. Jake Berman here. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, my word. Please don't turn it off. Just keep listening. It'll get better.
Especially today. We've got a very exciting podcast today.
Yeah.
Big news, everybody. Huge, huge news. We are super excited to talk about it.
And scared. I'm a little scared.
I wish you could see Jenni's face right now.
Okay. Are you ready?
So, we are doing a major life change.
Eek. I'm still scared.
Are you sweating?
Yeah.
Because this is the first time we're saying it out in public.
Yeah. You wrote about it, but we haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah. So we're changing it up. So we had a realization as we're watching Stella grow up so fast and realizing that we don't even get to see her for the vast majority of her life right now because we're at work Monday through Friday and she's at daycare.
Full time.
Mm-hmm. So we're missing out on these major milestones when she comes home and she's doing something new. We're like, what the heck? Where'd that come from?
New words. Talking back.
Yeah, she's really good at talking back now. Anyways, we decided that we don't want to miss out on anything else.
Right?
So what we decided to do is we are passing the torch off to our team. And Jenni, Jake, Stella, and our now 3 dogs. It used to be 2 dogs, but now we have 3 dogs. We are going to travel the country in a motorhome.
With 3 dogs and a baby in a motorhome.
And our plan right now is to hit as many state parks and national parks as we can and just travel the whole entire country and just live it up and enjoy every single moment that we can with Stella.
Yes. And to tune in via telehealth now and then.
For what?
To see our people. Because we'll miss everybody.
No.
Oh.
We're not tuning in.
What? Well.
No, we're not tuning in.
Okay.
We will be vlogging. We will be recording the entire thing or as much as we possibly can from our phones. Mm-hmm. And hopefully one of the big network stations will pick it up.
That would be fun.
So if anybody listening out there has any connections to any big networks, maybe Netflix, we're going to have a really amazing documentary for them to pick up in a year or so.
The Berman Method documentary.
Yes. So yeah, we're hanging it up. We're passing off the business onto our employees. Everybody's going to get equal equity in the company and they will be running it. And we're just going to take off. I already sold my truck. Jenni's still got her car. We're going to tow it behind the motorhome and we're just going to hit the road.
It'll be good exercise for the new pup. We haven't even told everybody about the new pup.
Yeah, we got a new dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I think people listening right now are going, what the hell? Wait, what's going on here? And there's a new dog?
Yep. You never know with us. Never know what you're going to get.
Which park are you most excited to see?
Yellowstone.
Okay.
It's the only park I know of.
No, it's not. That's just the first one that came to mind.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So exciting. And when, are we going to say when? When this is starting?
Yeah, when everybody realizes that it is now April and the first day of April is called
April Fools. This is an April Fool's joke. How many people did we get? Right now, email us or tag us on social media and say, you got me. Because we got you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
You guys have no idea how hard it was for me to talk Jenni into doing this.
All I said was, I'm glad there's not video because I'm not a good liar.
Oh my gosh, I'm having to look away from her the whole time we're telling this thing.
Do you think anybody believed it?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I was very believable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're not going anywhere. You're not getting rid of us. And today, in all seriousness, we wanted to take today's episode and talk about some of the successes that both of our clients are having upstairs and downstairs, because it's pretty miraculous. And I know that there's some people listening to this podcast right now who are thinking that there's no helping them, whether it is a weight loss, a gut sensitivity, a hormone imbalance issue, or if it's a physical issue downstairs like back pain or knee pain, or even a golf deficit where you might just be thinking that you're getting too old and your golf game is going to crap. You're losing so much distance that the game is no longer enjoyable anymore. So we've got a list of people that we want to talk about right now, and we're not going to use their real names. We're going to use aliases, or not even aliases, just fake names. And we're going to tell their story. These stories are not embellished in any way, shape, or form. These are legit stories of people just like you that are listening right now. And let's get started. Who's the first person you want to brag about?
I get to go first?
You get to go first.
And by the way, the rest of this podcast is not April Fool's. It's all truth. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is one of my newer clients. He's been with us for about 6 weeks now. Prior to starting with me, was exercising consistently, had tried to do different types of diets and meal plans in the past without much success as far as weight loss. But one of his primary goals in coming was...
How old?
44.
Okay.
So one of his primary goals was not only to get back into the size that he was wearing 10 years ago. But since he was doing this more intense exercise program, now he also wanted to build some lean muscle mass. And then when we were going through his medical history, we realized that he actually had some signs and symptoms of autoimmune disease and systemic inflammation. So not only joint pain, but GI. One of the biggest contributing factors was migraines and headaches, and just he had a really high stress level. So quickly, where I'm going with this is what we did with this awesome client is we actually did food sensitivity testing on him in addition to our regular panel of lab work that we do looking for metabolic disease. And we shifted his meal plan towards more of an autoimmune type meal plan based on his food sensitivities. So focusing his primary are gluten, dairy, and egg. So we went with avoiding the gluten, dairy, and egg, but obviously replacing it with some other ideas, other things that he can eat. He has continued his normal exercise program that he had started before joining us. And just in 6 weeks has already lost sounds crazy, but already lost 24 pounds, which we know is, not everyone loses 24 pounds in the first 6 weeks, but I'll get to him. He did. And he had a 4% loss in body fat with 4 pounds of muscle mass gains in that 6-week period. He told me, I haven't felt like this since I was 18. This has just been amazing. And, it's not, he's done before changing his diet as far as his protein, his carbs, his fat. So, that wasn't the complete picture. The complete picture for him was his body was just holding on to a ton of inflammation. And when you have so much inflammation, the body's not going to be focused on losing weight and gaining lean muscle mass because of the amount of inflammation internally. Is just your body is essentially sick. It's not focused on the metabolism. So for him, making that realization and getting the right types of foods in his body and eliminating the toxic foods really shifted the whole metabolism.
So just said in simpler words, when there's so much inflammation in the body because of consuming foods that you have sensitivities to that you most likely don't even realize, the body is essentially going into a state of shock or just straight up survival, meaning that when your body is in a state of survival mode, it is not going to focus on losing weight and gaining lean muscle mass, no matter how hard you exercise, because when your body is in survival mode, it's going to hold on to fat for survival. This goes way back to caveman days. You don't know when your next meal is going to come, so your body's going to hold on to fat, and it's dang sure not going to build lean muscle mass, because the more muscle you have, the more calorie expenditure from the body. So when your body's in that state of shock, it's not going to respond the way you want it to, no matter how hard you exercise.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's an exciting story. And we know, not everybody will lose that much weight in their first 6 weeks. However, again, if we're improving what's going on inside the body, you will see results within that time period.
And that's the only thing that changed, because his exercise routine stayed the same.
Correct. And the stress in his life stayed the same.
The only thing that changed was we addressed the sensitivities.
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty cool. Yay.
Is it my turn?
Your turn.
Okay. So I want to talk about a guy named Bob. It's not really his name. I'm going to use Bob 1, Bob 2, and Bob 3. So this is going to be Bob 1.
Okay.
And he's actually one of my golfers. But when he came to me, he really did not care about gaining distance, because that's one of the biggest things we're selling right now is, I'm going to get you more distance off the tee. And he's like, Jake, you know what? I really don't care about my distance. I care about my back. And this guy is retired Marine. He was discharged on disability from the Marines and because of back pain. So this guy has had back pain since his early 20s, and he's now in his late 60s. And he's like, man, if my back could just be strong enough to where I didn't feel so horrible after a round of golf, life would be great. And I said, okay, I'm certain that we can get you there. What would be a really crazy goal for you? And he said, if I could play golf back to back, like 2 days in a row, if I could play 18 holes on one day and then 18 holes on the very next day, that would be a dream. Like, that would be an absolute dream. And I said, okay, that's a much better goal. So we started working together, and one of the first things that we worked on was just getting his core firing, just to support his back through the golf swing. Not even through the golf swing. On day one, it was just getting out of a chair. So, super long story short, just bringing his attention to getting the right muscles firing at the right time, getting up and out of a chair, and then standing, and then walking, and then swinging a golf club. I mean, we're only 7 weeks in, or 5. No, probably 7 weeks into this thing. And he's said for the past 3 weeks now that he's been able to golf a full round of golf. And he cannot believe how good his back feels after a round. I mean, that's just huge for a guy that's had back pain his whole entire life. And it's just from getting the right muscles firing at the right time, just giving him some support.
So you didn't do any like cracking and snapping and pain medicines and injections?
No manipulation, no pain medications, no injections, just getting the right muscles firing at the right time, starting with a simple task, getting up and down from a chair. Everybody's like, I can get up and down from a chair. Well, yeah, you can, but are you using the right muscles? Because you do it 30 times a day. You better be using the right muscles if you're going to do it 30 times a day. So do that first, then get the right muscles working in standing, then the right muscles working in walking, then the right muscles working with the golf swing, and magic happens. Back pain starts to go away. No pain meds, no injections, no cracking, no manipulations.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now he can play?
He can play. We're working towards being able to play back-to-back days right now.
Cool. But one round pain-free.
Yeah, he's able to finish a round and he doesn't feel like death after it anymore.
In just 7 weeks.
He doesn't even notice. These were his words exactly. I don't even think about my back anymore after a round.
Yay!
Yay!
Good job, Dr. Jake.
Bob won.
Bob won.
All right, your turn.
All right, so I'm going to shift gears a little bit and talk about one of our patients, clients that we've had for over a year now. I'll call him
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob 1. Okay, anyways. So he is, I believe, 78 or 72. I don't know. Regardless, he's in his 70s. And I apologize, Billy Bob 1, if you realize I'm talking about you and I don't exactly know your age. But we've been working together for over a year. Started out coming to me for personal training. So we do some personal training downstairs. I do, and Stacy, our dietitian, also is a certified personal trainer, so she does too. So anyways, he came to me initially for personal training, and within a week to 2 weeks of us working together, his main goals were to be able to lose some of the weight he had gained early on in COVID, but also to get some of the strength back. Obviously, when COVID shut down, he quit going to the gym. He had prior been going to the YMCA, quit going to the gym, so had lost some of his strength. He likes to play tennis. He likes to ride his bike. So he just really wanted to be able to get his strength back to be able to get back out on the court, but also to get some of the belly fat off that he had gained, I guess, during early times of COVID. So we started doing the personal training, and, 1 to 2 weeks in, I'm trying to talk to him about his food and what he's eating. And then I realized that we're not going to see all the results that we want to see without making some dietary adjustments to really help with the effects of the exercise that we're doing. So he actually went through our wellness program, which is the more dietary focused. We did the dietary counseling and the personal training together, but within the first 12 weeks of his dietary counseling, he actually dropped about 16 pounds, if I remember correctly, from the dietary training or counseling, but also with exercising consistently. We were working out together twice a week. The impacts that the dietary changes have made for his strength and agility has just been incredible. He went from not really being able to do one good push-up to now being able to do 10 to 12 push-ups per round for multiple rounds during our exercises. His distance on jogging has really increased. His agility out on the tennis court has just been spectacular. His tennis coach is saying, wow, these are amazing improvements as far as the lateral movements side to side, balance on one leg, and really the coordination has just been incredible. Not only from working together twice a week, but from the strength and the energy that his body has now. One of the things he tells me all the time is how different his energy is throughout the whole entire day now, compared to where he used to have energy in the morning, always been a morning person, but was crashing by afternoon. And I relate that to fueling the body appropriately. So making sure he's getting that protein every 3 hours to give his body energy. So now his body has the energy it needs to be able to exercise and play tennis and ride his bike 22 miles, but also to keep his metabolism going for muscle gains. So it's been pretty cool to watch over the last 1 year, just what he did day one exercising with me compared to what he's able to do now.
And I can vouch for it too, because I remember seeing him on the first few sessions, and it was very challenging to do a push-up on his knees.
Right.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, man, just repping out push-ups. It's really amazing.
He's balancing on the ball. He's doing, if anybody knows what renegade rows are now. And I'm like, man, and we talk about it all the time. I tell him every week at least, you've come such a long way in just over, well, now it's been about 1.5 years.
What's a take-home message from this? Because this is a true transformation. Like, people listening to this right now, it doesn't matter if they're 30 or if they're 90. What is something that everybody could take away from Billy Bob's story?
We have to fuel our body appropriately. I can 100% say that we would never have reached the results that we've reached with just exercising. Because I see him 2 hours a week, right, to exercise. We never would have been able to gain the results that we've gained without making the proper adjustments to getting enough protein in his diet, getting rid of sugar. He didn't realize how much sugar he was eating because he thought he was picking healthy things. Like, I think he was eating bran flakes when we started, or I don't know, Wheaties, whatever. But just, he didn't realize how much sugar he was getting when he thought he was eating healthy based off television and Google.
Great marketing.
So I think, that's the biggest take home message is we have to fuel our body appropriately. We have to make sure we're getting the right types of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats to support the exercise that we're doing.
Yeah, it's essentially like a race car, right? You're not going to put Octane 87 in a race car and expect it to perform optimally.
Right.
You're going to spend the extra few dollars, well, nowadays, a lot of few dollars, to put premium in that race car so you put the right fuel into that car so you can get the right performance.
Right.
If everybody would consider their bodies as race cars, and every time you put that cookie in your mouth, you're putting sludge, not premium fuel in there.
Are you listening to yourself?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
That's one of the best ways to think about it, though.
It is. Yeah, that's exactly right. We have to put the right gasoline in our body so we can get the results of strength, fat burning, energy. Yep. So cool. All right. Who's Bob number 2?
Well, I just want to do a brief summary of a lot of the guys that I'm working with right now. I'm working with a group of gentlemen over at Bears Paw Country Club, and their ages range from early 70s to early 80s. And I'm working with 9 of them over there right now. And we've gone through this 12-week program, and the amount of transformation that all of them have made from day one to today, essentially, is just absolutely amazing. And once I get the real data, I'm going to talk about that on one of the episodes and say, this is the objective data. This is how they were hitting the ball on day one. This is how far the ball went on day one. And this is how far the ball went once they were done with me. So we're in the process of getting everybody back into the simulator room and getting it measured so that we can have that objective data for analysis purposes. But the thing that I want to talk about is the things that they're saying. For example, one of the gentlemen is in his late 70s, and we were out on the driving range, and he goes, I have not hit the ball like that in 2 years. Like 2 years, he has not seen the ball fly like that with a big stick. And this is a guy that has struggled with back pain for years. Actually, in the first week, he didn't know if he was going to be able to participate in the program because his back was so bad. He had to go get a epidural. Like, he was just in that much pain. And even after the epidural, he was still struggling. And it wasn't until we got him using the right muscles at the right time that he would say regularly at the end of class, man, my back was bothering me at the beginning, but now it feels great because we're using the right muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got one of the other guys where the ball just wouldn't go anywhere off the tee. And now it's flying through the air. It's like, what the heck? Because if you can't get off the tee, there's no sense in playing the game because it just is too hard. After the age of 60, one of the lowest hanging fruits is being able to get some significant distance off the tee and actually landing in the fairway. Before the age of 60, there's so many things that contribute to a good and or bad golf game that increasing distance off the tee is not going to make a significant improvement. Really, it's not going to make that much of a significant improvement to your game. But after the age of 60, it's everything. It is the lowest hanging fruit. It's not the short game. It's not chipping. It's not putting. It's not the fairway. If you can increase your distance off the tee after the age of 60, you increase your distance off the tee, it has the biggest impact, positive impact on your golf game. And every single one of these guys, I joke around with one of the other guys where on day one, his core was non-existent. And I told him, I was like, I almost fired you. Like, I almost fired you after the first week. I didn't want you screwing up my statistics because we have a 100% success rate with everybody that we've worked with through the golf program, that everybody has gained distance off the tee. And I was like, I almost fired you because I didn't want you screwing up my statistics. But this guy is now pounding the ball. It's like, what the heck? Where did that come from? So the take-home message from all of this is it really doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 20. It doesn't matter if you're 50. It doesn't matter if you're 90. If you stick with the right plan and you work your butt off and you're working smarter, not harder, meaning you're fueling your body with the right fuel, success is almost inevitable. I think that's the biggest take-home message.
That's a good one.
You like that one?
And for the record, you've never fired any of your golf clients to keep your statistics where they are.
I have not.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So the 100% success rate is like real.
It is a real thing.
Got it. Cool. But yeah, I agree with that. We have to work smarter, not harder, but we do have to work every day. I mean, it's a constant effort, but not a harder effort. In fueling our body appropriately, activating the right muscles, having the right guidance.
Saying no to the whole plate of cookies and only eating half.
Half a plate?
Yeah.
Okay. Of gluten-free, dairy-free cookies, right?
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, that was fun.
That was fun. I hope that everybody listening to this took a little snippet away from it. This wasn't meant to be a, hey, look at us, we're doing awesome. It's really to say, hey, look at our guys, look at our women. They are doing awesome. They are crushing this thing. And they're doing the hard work. We're not. We're just the guides. You guys are the heroes. We're just the guides. We're just trying to show you the way. You guys are the ones that are putting in the hard work. We're doing the easy thing. We're just trying to help you see the answer. If we can show you the answer and you can then see it, then success is almost inevitable. So we're not the heroes, you guys are.
Yeah. And I just realized we only talked about men on this podcast, but we do have a lot of very, very successful women who have even kept 35 pounds off for 2 years. I have one that has kept 35 pounds off for 2 years. So women can do it too. And I say that every day. You're doing it. I'm just guiding you. When they say, oh, you're amazing. You've changed our life. No, you've changed your life. We're just guiding you.
You did it.
You did it. You did it.
You did this.
Yeah. In a good way. All right. Cool.
That was fun.
Happy April.
Yeah. April Fools. Yay. I hope you got a laugh. All right. Until next time.
Ciao. Thank you for subscribing on your social media and podcast platforms to the Berman Method. Dr. Jake Berman with Berman Physical Therapy and Jenni Berman, Physician Assistant with Berman Health and Wellness. You can find more information on our website, www.bermanpt.com for physical therapy, bermanpt.com/wellness for the health and wellness. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and on your podcast platform. So be sure to follow us, like us, subscribe to us. And if you would like any further information, definitely visit our website and reach out to us. You may also find our free reports on the websites as well, where you can download this free information for yourself. Have a great day.